crazy towers, classic columns, classic art, short stack centerpieces, and helium bouquets. Now, if you don't know what any of those are, feel free to send me a message. I can send you a picture as an example, but those are kind of our standard pieces that we do. I'm going to zoom in here for a bit so we can look at the helium. Everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. It'll tell you if it's pricing by the column or by the foot or by the centerpiece, for example. But in helium, it does something a little bit different. You need to figure out how many bouquets you're doing and how many you're putting in each bouquet. So if you're just doing one bouquet, like one giant celebration birthday bouquet, and you want to do, well, 5-inch doesn't float, but if you want to do, 7 of the 11-inch, 8 of the 16-inch, and like a few jumbos, you can put those in there. But for the sake of example, if I have a corporate event and I have to bring 10 different bouquets to the event, and let's say they're sets of 7, okay? They're just the standard 11-inch. I'm going to go ahead and put 7 here for the balloons per bouquet. Number of bouquets is 10. It's going to tell me that I need 70 balloons total. If they're all one color, that's great. I'll just get 70 green balloons. But oftentimes it's split up. So we'll split it up between the 3 colors, for example. And it's going to go ahead and tell me I need 24. 70 isn't divisible by 3 evenly. It's going to round up for you. And that works out well because we have defects, personal error, lots of issues where it's always better to round up. So all of the calculators are going to round up whenever it's not sure, just to play on the safe side. So we've got that. Now, the thing that's interesting down here is the amount of helium it's going to take. First, you're going to need to input the helium by looking and seeing which size you need. It has all of the different sizes here. We're doing 11-inch for this, and this tells me that 11-inch balloon takes 0.5 cubic feet. So we're going to go ahead and put that in here. And it's going to tell me how many cubic feet I need for this job to be complete. It's also going to tell me how many weights I need, transport bags, and yards of ribbon. Now, if you're like me, which I think most people probably are, you keep a bunch of spools of ribbon on hand. You don't really know how many you have, but I'm sure there's probably enough. It's not the end of the world. But I thought it was a good frame of reference, especially if you're trying to price things out to see if you're, losing money anywhere. This will spit out how much you use. Now, we don't measure out each ribbon. We just cut all the ribbons to about 5-ish, 5.5 feet. But let's say you do all of your ribbons 10 feet long. Okay, it's going to tell you you're actually going to need 234 yards for that. I did it in yards because lots of the spools are in yards. But, if you need to know how many feet, you can just multiply that by 3. It'll be just fine. All right. So now that we established that, let's go back and actually do our ordering. So we'll pretend that we have gone through and added all of the different jobs that we have coming up. And now I need to go ahead and order these. So I need 240 and 5-inch balloons, 180, 11-inch, and 61 16-inch in all of these colors. All right. In this situation, I actually need them in the same colors for all these different amounts. So before I even put it in, I'm going to go ahead and add them together, which if you don't know how to do that, you just hit equals, you type in sum, and then you do a parentheses, click the number you want, plus this one. Alternatively, you could also just whip out a calculator and add them together. But for the sake of this, thought I'd show you in case you don't know. Sum, this one, and this one. All right. And see, it's already suggesting it. It knows that this is what I'm going to want to do. All right, so I know that these are the totals I actually need for it. I'm going to just do that since I'm using the same color. If I wasn't doing that, I would just copy these numbers and put it in. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put these in right here. I've got the 406, 415, and 93. And you can see they're laid out in the same format as they will be over here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy those. I only want it to paste the values. So I'm going to come over to pink and do Command Shift V. That pastes just the values. If you just try and do copy and paste, sometimes it doesn't work. And if this is too complicated, you can always just type it in, right? If you need this number, you go, oh, okay, I need that many. You can just enter them here. 240, 180, 61. That's fine. It's just a way to make it a little easier if that's something that makes sense to you. All right. I don't actually want copper, so not going to do that. But let's go ahead and put our values in. We got pink already. We also need white. Command-Shift-V. We also need onyx black. See, that's one that hangs me up because I just call it black. But it is onyx black. Okay. Command-Shift-V. And then I also need pastel pink from Sempertex. So pastel matte pink is right here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. There's one more thing that I didn't add, which was this 5 over here. We need to put that in as well. And I'm just going to do all of my jumbos in pink because that's what we use them in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, now that I have those numbers in here, it's actually going to pull it straight into our inventory. So if you come back here, it's going to have anything in blue is what I need to order, and it's going to be in bags. So even though in here I put it in as 415 11-inch black, the calculator knows that you can't buy just individual balloons. So it's rounding up to I need 5 bags, and it's automatically putting it in the upcoming category. Those are things that I need right here. All right, you can see this is for black. Because I don't have anything in stock, according to the calculator, it's telling me I need to order that many. But let's say I actually had 10 bags of 5-inch black, and I had, I don't know, 2 bags of 11-inch. It's going to come through and tell me, okay, well, you're good on the 5-inch. You've already got 10. You only need 5. You don't need to order anything. But for the 11-inch, you have 2 bags, but you need 5, so you better order 3 more. All right, so anything that needs to be ordered is going to be in blue. Same thing for the 16-inch over here. You don't need to be clearing these out. Go through and delete these. Only edit the things in the green. Same thing for the other side. All right, now, once we're done, once everything's ordered, I'm going to go through and just clear this out so it's not here for next time. Whoops, get that little guy too. And we're reset for the next week. One other thing I wanted to add, because this overall can be a little bit overwhelming having all of this stuff in here. There are collapsible tabs for you. So if you've gone through and done all your calculations, you don't need this anymore. So this little button up here, you're going to click it and it's going to hide it. Now this is warning me, saying, are you sure you want to do this? Because there are safety features within the calculator that are preventing you or trying to help you not accidentally delete the formulas. So anything in blue is automatically calculated. You don't want to be clearing it out, okay? Don't go through and just select it all and hit delete, or you're going to be in trouble, okay? If you do that, please let me know and I'll help you. But you don't want to mess with these, okay? So if I try and go in and edit this and say 90, it's going to come up, okay. Bad example because I told it not to remind me. There is an override feature, which I just clicked. But typically if I tried to do that, it's going to come up and go, are you sure you want to do that? You're not really supposed to be messing with that. I'm going to go ahead and collapse that. So now I've just got my notepad and my ordering over here. If I don't want to see that either, great, collapse that. If I only carry Qualitex, guess what? I'm going to get rid of Tuftex and Sempertex. You can bring any of these back up. Let's zoom in so you can actually see it. You can bring any of these back up by just hitting the plus sign at the top. All right, and you've got it all back. But, I didn't want it to be so obnoxious to have all of these different brands. If you are an exclusively Tuftex decorator. So go ahead and eliminate those, and now you're just dealing with Tuftex. Same thing on this inventory page. If you don't want Qualitex, you just hide it right here. If you don't want Sempertex, just hide it. But if you are using all of them and you don't want to be scrolling to find absolutely everything, these buttons up here are a quick jump to. You can just click it. It'll bring you down to Sempertex right here. Same with Tuftex. Jump down to Tuftex, and you've got it right here. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully that's helpful. Feel free to let me know if you find any issues as you're going through things. If you have any questions, I am more than happy to help. We're human, and we are just making it work in ways that have worked for us. But if there is something that's not working for you, please let me know, and we are happy to get it worked out with you. So anyway, thanks for checking out our balloon calculator and inventory tracker, and we hope that we can help you come up with some good tools again soon.